Okay, welcome back to Advanced List Building Strategies. In this video, we are going to be learning how to create our next product. And remember, as many times you can create a product, you can go through this process again and again and again and again. It's going to start your ability to attract new affiliates who will promote this product, build your list, and do the buyer infiltration method as many times as you can do it. So the question then is, well, how do I keep creating products? And the key to high selling products is social proof. Now, you might think that it's new ideas, and it isn't. The key to high selling products, you can take an existing idea that you can have added your twist to if you can prove that you have made money with it. So in other words, you are actually going to take, maybe two methods, combine them, use them in order to make money and build social proof. So really the key there is that you actually do use an information product to make money and you document it, right? You document your process. Now, your job to create your next product is just by getting results. So, whether you take two methodologies or three methodologies or create something brand new, get results where you made real money. And that really will help you. Now, of course, you can go get private label rights products. I know that. You can go and get an interview product. I know that. All those are things that you can do. Now, I'm not talking about those things because everyone does them, right? And so they are not going to be unique high sellers. I mean, if you're going to create a piece of software, make sure it really is unique and make sure it really does help people to do some of the things that they need to do to solve problems. You should be testing different theories and adding your own twist to them. Right? You should be doing that in order to create your next product if that's a way. Now, again, the key is going to be that you actually make money with them. So now when you have a process where you can record your results, you're winning, right? You have a winning formula, you have a winning product, you can then start creating and go to market. Now, make sure that your process actually does solve a problem, right? So if your buyer doesn't, if it's something that really doesn't save your buyer time, and yeah, you can make money, but they've got to work 36 hours a day, then you haven't solved the problem. If they've got to spend a lot of money in order to make money, make a little bit of money, you haven't really solved the problem for them, right? Anybody can do that if they stick with it long enough. That's not necessarily solving any problems. You can help them to make money faster. You can help them make money while they're at their full-time job. Then you solve the problem, right? And if you can do that, then you really do have a product that people are going to buy. Once you have a product, you can restart the processes, like I just said. You could do the buyer infiltration method, right, and build a buyers list based by getting your product on the inside of other big marketers' products. But if you keep doing this, you'll be a big marketer with a big list yourself. Okay, and of course, then you can get affiliates to promote the product straight up, and they will help you to build your list. Okay, so really, that's really it. Remember, the key is going to be to creating your own products. You can continue this process as many times as you want to build your list as long as you create the product first. And with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, and welcome back to Profiting from PLR. In this video, we're going to continue our discussion on repurposing and changing the PLR media. Now, in this fifth step, we're going to suggest that you use the material, your content, for a weekly podcast. You can do this very easily with Blog Talk Radio, which is free, or Spreaker, which does have a free version and a cost. Both of these are excellent ways for you to create audio content that you can share on social media on a regular basis. Now, when you use your PLR content, once again, don't read it. It will sound like you're reading it. One of the best ways that you can redo PLR if you're going to deliver by audio is to write the points in your own words. As you are delivering your content, you can emphasize those things that are meaningful to you but you want to do it in a way that is personal. So don't use it in the very same way as which it was delivered to you. You can take your private label rights content and add to a report that you already have, or you can add reference material. And this is actually an excellent way to use private label rights content because you may already have books on Kindle. You may already have informational reports. You can take your private label rights content and actually add to what you have and make it more full, or make your arguments better, or make them more clear. You use your PLR so that it can enhance content that you already have. And so you can do this very easily. Once again, if you take what you have in your private label rights and you start to think of it again in your own words. When you start to think of what you're saying in your own words, you'll find lots of places where you can add new information that will make it clearer for your readers and better for you establishing yourself as an authority. Now, an interesting way to deliver your content would be to start an informational YouTube channel. And video is really taking center stage in terms of content delivery. And you almost must be on YouTube or video in some kind of way in order to be considered credible today in business. So you can definitely start a YouTube channel. The rules are the same, okay, as they did apply with audio. Don't read your content. It'll look especially bad on camera, and even if you are using a screen share, okay, you can tell when someone's reading on a screen share. So when you start an informational YouTube channel, again, don't read. Now, you can deliver this content on Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts has a screen sharing program that you can deliver either live, or you can record it and have people see the archive. You can also live stream without Google Hangouts on YouTube. If you want more information, please check YouTube for it. Once again, this is something that we could do an entire course on, and we don't really have the bandwidth in this particular course to discuss Google Hangouts and live stream. This is, though, something that you need to know about because everyone should be delivering content in the area of expertise. One interesting thing that you can do is you can approach someone at one of the outsourcing desks and you can have your content translated into other languages. This almost certainly will make your content unique. You'll find that most people are not doing this. Now, once again, you don't want to take any chances. Even when you get the content back, you want to make sure that it is not duplicate in any way. And you would do that anyway if you are having it outsourced. You wouldn't want to get anything that lined up in the search engines that as the very same thing. So when you look for people to translate your content, naturally you're going to be looking at ratings, and naturally you're going to be looking for the best possible people. You don't want to compete, or you don't want to do this on the basis of price. You want to make sure that this is done at the highest possible quality level so that when you use it, whether it's on your site or in your materials, you will have something that will actually help you to convert more visitors. Okay, so that's it for this section of repurposing and changing the media when we're talking about profiting from PLR. With that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome back to Profiting from PLR. Now, in this video, we're going to discuss repurposing and changing the media. What you're doing is you're changing the form of your private label rights content to something that will satisfy some of your customer base, some of your listening base. You want to give people the content that they want in every medium that you can because you want to be every place where your prospect is. So here are some ways that you can repurpose and change the media. One thing you can do is to record an MP3 of the content. The easiest way to do that would be to use Audacity. And there is a video showing you how to do that there that will demonstrate the use of Audacity. Now, one of the other things that you can do, of course, is you can create a video either using Google Hangouts, you can create a video using Camtasia or screen sharing software. And of course, you can have someone record you, provided you can deliver the information without having to read it on camera. And as a matter of fact, you don't want to read anything on camera, even if you're not going to be on the screen. When you create a video using Hangouts or Camtasia, you don't have to be on the camera. However, you should not sound like you're reading. That will not make a good product. It will not set you apart as an authority, and it will bore people and make them want to go away. Okay? Now, the other thing that you can do is you can create an ebook or a workbook for your audio or your video. Now, basically what you're going to do, we talked about this in a previous video. You are going to want to rewrite the content when you do this. Now, you don't have to rewrite the content because obviously it's not going to show up in the search engines. But it could be that if you're selling this within the niche, that someone else is going to see the same content. If it's possible, when you create your ebook or your workbook, you want to rewrite the content. If you can't, then go ahead and use the content. Just be aware that other people have it available. So all you're basically going to do is reformat the content into a document and save it as a PDF workbook. And you're going to deliver that right along with your audio or your videos, whatever you're selling or giving away. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to talk about here is writing a how-to guide. Now that's going to take the same level of activity that we talked about before, which is rewriting, but you're rewriting in a specific format. And if you have enough pages and you have enough in your guide, you want to then take that guide and upload it to Amazon.com so that you can put your guide on Kindle. If you put your guide as an ebook on Kindle, you have a market of a great number of people who would never visit a website in order to buy a book. But people who go to Amazon.com, they expect to get content, they expect to get good content, and if you can deliver in a how-to guide, you'll get more traffic and influence. Now, the other thing that you can do with Amazon, of course, you can put your book on CreateSpace and create a paper copy. If you are doing work in your local area, you can always use that paper copy to put in someone's hands, again, signaling to them that you are an authority in your niche. Now, in part 2, we're going to discuss 4 more ways that you can repurpose and change your media in order to profit from PLR. So thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, welcome back to Advanced List Building Strategies, and in this video we're going to go to the next leg of our process, and we're calling this making the last things first. And that's because what we're doing is we're not going to go through the regular process of starting to go to look to solo ads, and although those are valid things and you can certainly use them in conjunction with this method. The next stage is we're going to create a product for sale. Now, I realize, no, you do not have a list yet. If you're following the process, no, you don't have a big following yet. That's okay. This is going to help you to build that following. You're going to create your product by using your research. In other words, what did you find out that people really want? Because that's what you're going to create the product, and that's really going to help you to create interest, even though you don't have a known name right now. Now, if you cannot create the product, you don't know enough in order to put it all together, or you know some of it, but you don't know how to write it all or to put it all in video, grab some private label rights content on the subject. Just make sure that that private label rights content helps you to answer the question that you're trying to answer. If it's something that it's really new, fairly new, you're probably going to have to create it yourself or have someone else create it, but you can definitely fill in some of the gaps by getting private label rights content. You're going to make a good product, which solves a problem, into a great product by enhancing it with case studies and social proof. And if you must create the case study and the social proof, that is the best thing for you to do. In other words, use the process in order to create a result. Use the process in order to build a list. Use the process in order to make more money. If you do that, you will create social proof for your product and you will sell it faster. So you can enhance it with case studies and social proof. You can also enhance it with the interviews of people who have already had success. Preferably, they should be product creators, but even if they don't, as long as they can help you to create a good audio or a good video, if they've had success, you can enhance your product with interviews of these people. You can then sell that product on the Warrior Forum or on using JVZoo or Warrior Plus. You want to keep this process simple because you want to have something. You don't want to focus on, buying membership software and all those other things, and you want to keep this simple and use the processes that are already out there. It's going to cost you a little bit of money every time you actually get a sale. It's worth it because, again, a lot of these processes are things that they're going to keep up with, so don't quibble over a few cents in order to give to folks to help you to generate and make more money. Now, don't worry if you don't generate many sales for this product launch, right? Don't worry if you don't generate a lot of sales for this product launch. Remember, this is actually what would normally come last. This is at the beginning of the process. So remember, we've got a lot more to go that's going to help you to build this part of the product or build your list. Now, make sure that your product is high quality and have lots of value. Would you buy it? Give it to other people and other marketers. Ask them, get their opinion. Is this a high quality product? Is this worth their time? Now, as soon as people go through the buying process, you want to set this up. You can do this with Aweber, you can do this with GetResponse, and you can use either one of those autoresponders along with JVZoo or Warrior Plus, and that is every buyer automatically gets sent to your autoresponder, right? You want to set this up so that every buyer goes to your autoresponder. Now, you want to make sure also that you give them an incentive in order to sign up. Now, the other thing you're going to do naturally is when they are given access to your product, you also want to make sure that you try to catch those who did not go through the automated process by giving them an opportunity to get updates and to sign up for your list. Now, give them that opportunity. So in other words, make sure you give them every opportunity to get onto your list when they become buyers. It's a very important time, and the most crucial time to do that is when they first make the purchase or when they first go to the download page or to membership site in order to get their product. We are making this part of the process actually the first part, which would normally be the last part, because the process, if you do it correctly, is going to help you to build a buyer's list, remember, and not a tire kicker or freebie seeker list. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video.